After your homepage, your about page is probably the single main page of your website that gets more traffic than any other on your website. So it's very important to make sure that if customers come to that page, that they immediately feel like your messaging speaks directly to them and that it appeals to them and makes them want to contact you. So in this video, I am going to show you what's wrong with a common about page, how to fix it, and then I'll give you a real example that will convert better. Let's take a look. For this video, I have prepared some copywriting for an imaginary wedding planner. Let's take a minute to read it, and as we read it, just think about the issues that you see in this copywriting so that you can start thinking about what it is that you would change, ideally, in order to make it better. So the headline is About Sarah's Weddings. We are a full-service wedding planning company located in Southern California. Established in 2015, we pride ourselves on professionalism, attention to detail, and excellent customer service. Our team is passionate about creating beautiful weddings for our clients. Whether it's a small backyard wedding or a big celebration, we can help. We offer a variety of packages to suit your needs and budget. We've been featured in several wedding blogs and magazines. Contact us. The problems that I've highlighted are really about lack of specificity. We have a vague value proposition, vague customer fit, vague personality, and a vague call to action. Now, I do want to highlight a couple good things about this. One is it's short and readable, and two is that none of these sentences are overly long or difficult to wade through. So I do think that this type of copywriting is on the right track. It's just that we can make it better. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and take a look at this first issue, the value proposition. As I see it, wedding planning is the service she provides, but it's not necessarily the value that she provides. She has decided to highlight professionalism, attention to detail, and customer service as her value, but I think we can do way better than that. And I'll show you in the next version what that is. But for now, I'll just say that I think that a typical person who's researching multiple wedding planners is, number one, going to expect all planners to be professional and have attention to detail and provide customer service. So that's just baseline standard for your industry. It's nothing that's going to stand out. And number two, the other issue with this is that your customers realistically are going to decide for themselves how to evaluate who is professional and who isn't. Maybe some will take a look at Instagram feeds and decide who's got the most impressive wedding shots. Maybe others will just look at your Google reviews and they'll have some formula in their mind around how many reviews they want to see and what average star rating they want. But realistically, you telling them I'm professional is like white noise to them. They're going to read right past it. So it's a waste of valuable space on a very concise web page. Next, customer fit. I would point out this as a problem. Small backyard weddings or big celebrations. There's a huge amount of weddings that fall into that. And I think a lot of businesses want to do something like this because, especially when they're starting out, they would say to me like, well, I've done this and this and this, and I want to convey that I can do all of that. But here's the thing. With marketing, you want to target your ideal customers. And the best way to target your ideal customers is to tell them that you provide this simple, clear service that's perfect for them. That way they immediately are drawn to you as opposed to drawn to anyone else. When wedding planners are contacting someone or advertising to someone, most of them are going to do something like this. They're going to say, I do all kinds of things. And so it's not necessarily going to stand out as well as someone who says something very specific, like I do the most glamorous, enchanting weddings, or I do the most intimate and special vacation destination weddings, or I do Chinese weddings that capture all of the important rituals and traditions in Chinese culture. Whatever it is, you want to be the specialist at something. That way, someone who needs that specialty comes straight to you. And by the way, there is a trick. There is a trick for when you want to do something outside of your main specialty, and it's really simple. You just need to do one-on-one messaging. You know, if someone gets in touch with you, even though it's not the main offer that you're advertising, you can always ask them, hey, what is your budget like? Well, on that budget, we could do X or Y. Would that be of interest to you? And if they say yes, then you can go ahead and explore a proposal for that backyard wedding or whatever it is that you want to offer that is outside of your main offer. But in your main marketing messaging, focus on the main offer, and it's going to help you get more of your ideal clients. Number 3, we have vague personality. Personality in a page like this is very important because it is going to help draw the right kinds of people to you, and it's just going to make people feel comfortable with you. It's going to make them want to show up to your call, your initial strategy session or whatever, because they're going to think that they're excited to meet you as a person. They already feel like they kind of know you, and they think they're going to really like you when they talk to you on the phone. If you don't give them anything to really latch onto, then you haven't built that special connection that's going to help you with your show up rates. And number 4, and this is the easiest, vague call to action. You never want to say contact us. You always want to give someone the exact action you want them to take, whether that is call now or get my free ebook, get your free, cheat sheet, or schedule a meeting with me, schedule a free strategy session. Whatever it is, tell them exactly what you want them to do, and they're more likely to do it. That's just human psychology. We love being told exactly what to do and exactly how to get what we want. All right, now let's take a look at the revised version of this. And I'm just going to read through it for about a minute. As I read through it, just think about how we may have addressed some of those problems that I highlighted in the above example. All right, so, hi, I'm Sarah. I help busy, overwhelmed brides plan the wedding of their dreams without the stress. Planning a wedding should be joyful, but so many couples feel pressure to make it perfect. That's where I come in. With over 10 years of experience and a knack for the details, I take your vision and turn it into reality while keeping your sanity and your budget intact. I've helped over 200 couples create beautiful, unique weddings that reflect who they are, not just what Pinterest says they should be. When I'm not coordinating timelines and managing vendors, you'll find me hiking with my golden retriever or testing out a new latte recipe. Are you ready to take wedding planning off your plate? Schedule my free call. And this would be a button. So, what's different here? I'm going to highlight 5 special things that you want to include on any about page, as well as the example from this particular page. So if you're looking for something to screenshot as a takeaway, you might want to capture this, or at least just capture these items that I've highlighted in bold. So first of all, we need to address who exactly you help, and I would recommend putting this, right at the beginning, so that someone who visits your web page and they're identifying with being busy or overwhelmed or whatever it is you imagine your ideal customer to be experiencing, right away they're going to latch on to your copywriting. They're going to be intrigued to continue reading because right away they feel that you understand them, you get them, and you help people exactly like them. So they know immediately that they're in the right place. Number 2, the big problem you solve. And this one is a little bit tricky, I think, for some people to picture. But you have to take whatever your service is and you have to ask yourself, why is it that they're hiring someone to do this? What is the bigger picture that they're trying to change in their life? What's the benefit that they're looking for, or what is the problem in their life that bothers them that they're trying to relieve by hiring you? And so I emphasized removing stress as the key problem that a wedding planner solves. When you identify this problem, it's just going to make your marketing so much stronger because it's going to draw people to your service. Remember that people don't buy a product so much as they buy the result that that product or service is going to give them. So focus on that and make sure it's in your copywriting. Next, we should talk about what makes you different, right? Because people are going to be on Google Maps maybe. They have to check out a few different options, and they are looking for someone who speaks to them and someone who really gets what they want and promises to help with that. So here's what I did for that. I decided to emphasize authenticity. I decided to emphasize someone who's looking for beautiful unique weddings that reflect who they are. And I even went a little step further by painting the opposite of that, by painting the idea that I'm not about making the most glamorous, crazy, Pinteresty wedding of all time. Really just trying to make the wedding that's authentic to you, your family, your spouse, and that feels right for you guys. So this is going to be different depending on how you decide to position your company, but it's very important that you do stake out a position in your market and decide, I'm going to position myself as this. And usually keep in mind, even if someone is looking for the glamorous Pinteresty wedding, this messaging may still resonate for them. So it's not necessarily going to turn off all those other people, but it is going to strongly attract to you the people who resonate with this. Next, we want to think about what makes you relatable. Because remember, people like doing business with other people that they like, and they can't like you if they don't know you. So in that above example, all I really know about Sarah is that she does wedding planning and she lives in Southern California. That, to me, sounds super generic. I could probably find dozens or hundreds of wedding planners who fit that. But actually just including a little bit of detail about her, this simple detail or set of details here is enough, I think, to actually start building a relationship with the customer and letting them know that I'm Sarah and I'm probably someone that you're going to enjoy hanging out with. Like, this is going to be a fun process because I'm relatable to you. Maybe you also have a dog, or you like lattes, or you like hiking. These are honestly a little bit on the generic side, but you should think about the way you build relationships in real life. You try to find something in common with someone else, and as soon as you do, right away you have a little bit of a bond. So don't neglect including that. Don't make the mistake of making this 2 paragraphs. Some people go way overboard. We really just need a few things that they're gonna remember, and they're gonna start liking you for it, especially if they find something in common. And now the last thing is a specific call to action. This one is really easy to do. Remember before we said contact us, which I said could be so many different things. Here I just narrowed it down. I said schedule my free call. And that's going to be a button. Someone is simply going to click on that button, and then they can probably click through and choose a time in your Calendly that works for them, a date and a time, and then maybe you can ask them a few questions just to make sure that they're a good fit for your service, and to find out what it is that they most want to get out of their wedding. You'll know what those are for your business. I also want to shoot you a quick pro tip. Instead of using the language your, use the language my, because it's proven to convert better. People just love the idea of get my free ebook, schedule my free call. And when it's in a button format, people just love to hit that button. So I hope that these have been helpful to you. And now that you've seen what a great About page looks like, check out my next video where I'm going to show you how to rewrite your homepage to convert way better. Or you can also just book a free strategy session with me if you want to start looking at how to apply techniques like this to your own website to convert more customers.